Queen's Gambit is one of the oldest chess openings. Alright, the player is given a choice. To temporarily give up the center to obtain sheer development, or to hold d5 and use the pawn break to free up their game.
Wait, is the pawn the one that can only move in a diagonal?
Come on, Max, really?
Yeah, I don't know which is which.
The pawn is the one that can only move one square, and on the first turn they can move two.
How do you even spell pawn? Isn't it like P-O-R?
A-W, Mags. It's P-A-W-N. God, you're impossible to work with sometimes.
Stay the hell away from our house!
It's not that hard, mate. Come on.
Maggie, please sit down. Maggie, can we please continue with our game? Think, Maggie. Think.
I can't, it just... Where am I supposed to move? There are so many pieces.
Focus, Mags. I know you can do this. What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Margaret?
Charles, I'm fine. Do you know what they mean, Charles?
Do I know what means?
Those.
Feathers? Yeah, of course I do.
Then why don't you do something about it?
I am. I'm not doing anything.
But you need to fight back.
Not giving them the satisfaction I want is the only thing I can do.
So what can I do?
For me.
For everyone.
Maggie,
Charles, I can't just sit around here for the rest of my life. Sorry, Charlie, at least it's not permanent.
Look, I know you may not be able to see it, but chess is all about development. Work out where the other player is and optimize your position relative to that.
Are you seriously using a chess analogy to educate me and make me feel better at the same time?
I mean, we are just pawns in this game of life.
Well, I hate being a pawn.
Well, sometimes a pawn can develop for the ranks if it endeavors enough. And become whatever it wants to be. Why would you do that?
I'm winning.
But that's not how this works.
But I've thrown you off.
Have you?
Gotcha. Checkmate.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Well done, Max. Time to change the board.
Yes. You gotta start somewhere.
We're all pawns in this game of life.
Well, I won, so you can't go making chess analogies anymore.
Everyone gets lucky once, Mags. Just don't let it get to your head.
Thank you, Charles.
Hey. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's been a while, hey. Yeah, no. Not much. Yeah, it's been, I haven't seen you for so long. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, not too much, just, school or whatever. I graduate this year. Isn't that crazy? Felt like yesterday we were together in like year 6. I know. Do you remember when?
A homesickness for a home you cannot return to. Perhaps a place that never was. The nostalgia, the yearning, and the grief for the lost places of your past.
What are your childhood memories?
I remember going on the swings on the way home from school.
When we didn't have homework every day?
Oh, yes, all the free time we had.
I know, that was like 6 years ago, and
So long.
look where we are now, but like, what, we've got 3 months to go or something?
Crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's all just homework and exams and studies.
Life is just rushing by. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, actually.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I'm meant to have our life sorted, but I don't.
Yeah, neither do I, actually. Remember when life was so easy? Do you remember when?
Eleutheromania, an intense and irresistible desire for freedom. The intrinsic want to be more, to do more, to break free, to soar like a bird, a million miles away from everyone and everything.
Hey. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's been a while, hey. Yeah, I know. Not much. I finally graduated though.
I just wasn't.
What have you done?
It's all over my hand.
Felt like I was in school forever. Yeah, I'm just working at the moment. And I start uni the February after. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? We're all in a whole new chapter of our lives now. And it's nothing like high school.
Do you remember when we had no idea about the things we could achieve? Remember when we were so worried about what we would do in the future that we forgot to live in the moment? Your past shaped you to where you are now. Enjoy it, reflect on it, and go make childhood you proud.
School children around the world have missed classes.
Calling for urgent action on climate change.
More learning in schools and less activism in schools.
Holding banners demanding that politicians take action.
The number of fires increasing around the state.
Look at the satellite showing Hurricane Dorian right now installed over Bahamas for more than 48 hours.
Don't be afraid, Mr. Speaker, those opposites
Tom, we've just
have
seen
an
police distributing a number of
fear
hats.
of
You can
cold.
see protesters have formed.
So this whole strike movement was started by Greta Thunberg in Sweden last year. She was striking outside Swedish Parliament every week, and since then it's spread internationally. My first big major strike was the 15th of March. We got about 5,000. And then the most recent strike, September 20th, we got 15,000 people. I think it's important for me to be part of this movement because we have got very little time left to take action on climate change. We only have 12 or so years to get our emissions or our carbon emissions down to net zero. And that doesn't mean starting at 2030, it means you're getting that by 2030. So we need action basically as soon as possible.
I put We Are Running Out of Time and Australia on Fire and with the clock. And time is like a bushfire, I guess.
I was here today because I think that climate change is going to ruin our futures, and I believe that if I'm here supporting it, it could have a difference on my future.
I want to live, first of all, and I just think that because no one's doing anything about it, I feel like we should take a stand and actually do something about it instead of the government or whatever not really doing anything about it.
And politicians, obviously, they've had every opportunity to put their foot down against these corporations and say enough is enough, we're not going to let you pollute our planet, but time and time again they've sold out for the interests of corporations just for a quick buck.
The problem we've got is that there's a handful of members of the Liberal Party who don't believe in climate change and seem to have been able to stranglehold the government.
Climate justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Climate justice. When do we want it? Now.
So it's so exciting to see so many young people down here today passionate about the need for climate action. Ultimately, we know as young people that climate change is putting at risk everything we hold dear, our communities, our homes, our very futures. And today is about saying we demand action, we demand that major parties put our futures ahead of their corporate donations and that we get on with the business of creating a better future for everyone.
I would like to welcome you young students today to Noongar country. I'm a Noongar elder, and what you young people are doing today, you need to wake up the rest of the world and the rest of the country that climate change is the most important thing.
And I don't blame the students for getting up. I definitely think you should be revolting. Everybody should be revolting.
It gives me great hope. The large numbers we've seen, not only in Australia but across the world, give me hope that the next generation will be the generation to make change.
The importance of being present is that we sometimes ask the question, why doesn't God use me? The answer is because we're not being in the moment, we're not allowing God to use us, we're not allowing God to speak through us, and being silent and still enough to allow Him to use us. So the only way to do that is to literally focus on where you are in work, ministry, relationship, conversation over coffee. Because the work that God is doing in you, out of the outpour of your heart, is where He's going to use you to actually make an impact for others. If you actually stay focused in the now and the present, no matter how unqualified you feel, God will use you. But it comes down to you being available, you being present in the moment. The importance of being present is that, as it says in the Word, when you're being present, not only are you a gift for God to use, but you're also a gift to yourself because it helps you grow as a person as well. Yeah, I hope that helps, man. Okay, bye. Have a good one, bro.
Hey, my name's Molly. I'm 22 years old. I think my favourite trait about myself probably have to be passion or determination. Like, if I want to do something, there's no way I'm not going to do it. I think self-love is really like making sure you're sort of balanced health-wise and but holistically, like mental health and physical health and obviously nutrition-wise. That's what I'm so passionate about. But I think they all contribute so much, and I think, yeah, a big thing that I've learned is with self-care is through your mental health and making sure that's, you know, alright. Well, I started my Instagram page. It's called goodegg_nutrition, and that's kind of to show people, you know, how to be healthy without all these fads that are going around at the moment. I think it's so easy to be drawn into these quick fads and like how to lose weight and stuff, but it's not about that. It's like you want to eat well so you can do the things you love, so your mental health is stable, and so you can be with the people you love, eat a healthy, balanced diet, but also not be afraid to treat yourself sometimes and not have like a restrictive mindset towards anything, and finding your balance. And yeah, I practice self-love by, I think, cooking nourishing meals for myself and loved ones, through physical activity. I love going on long walks and listening to podcasts, and or with friends, and chats with friends, and coffees even, just like having good quality time with good friends. Yeah, even like art and surfing. Yeah, that's the kind of things that really put me in a good mood and make me know that I'm gonna be in a good mindset. And my go-to meal when I'm not feeling 100%, I think would definitely be like roast veggies, making sure I get like a good source of carbs, sweet potato or potato, and a big bowl of greens, and a good source of protein, like eggs or tuna or something, and then some fats like nuts on top. And just something like that is just like a balanced meal that I know is super easy, super quick, and it's going to keep me filled, and you know, it's just something I love. So.
See what everyone can. Did I make you feel like less of a man? I heard you drive past my house again, over again, over again. Boy, let me know that you feel me, oh. So now you try to call me, oh. Let me know just what you're thinking, oh. And now these words are all I have. Try to call me, oh. Let me know just what you're thinking, oh. And now these words are all I have. And now these words are all I have.
Oh my gosh, guys. I found flights to Tokyo for $700. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I do it? I'm legitimately, seriously not telling anyone about this trip. I figured. Is this a bad idea? Just me putting in my bank details. Wrap me. I'm so excited. What the fuck? I guess I'm going to Japan now. Yay! Oh my gosh, you guys, I literally cannot believe that I am in Tokyo right now. This is absolutely insane. I did not expect to see this. What the frick? Oh gosh, this place is insane. Oh my gosh. Literally, what? Good morning, guys. So I had a really late night last night, so now I'm feeling tired. Today I'm heading up to the Sensoji Temple, a borderless museum, which has got all the crazy lights and stuff. I'm also going to the top of the Sky Tree and then meeting up with a whole bunch of locals tonight for a little eat and drink. At the moment, I'm already feeling so good right now. Like, I didn't expect to be so excited about Japan and traveling by myself and all that, but it's actually so freeing and I'm like, I'm so happy. So I just did this fortune thing. It's either good or bad, and I got fortune, but finally it says you'll be suffering from disease, but then you'll be in good fortune. So I'm really scared. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm actually going on to the top of that thing. Hi, how are ya? We stand urbanization. Bye, bitch! Okay, that was amazing. Wow, Tokyo is so huge. Oh my gosh. So now I'm heading off to Team Lab Planets, which is a digital art exhibition. Oh, I'm literally so excited. This is a very last minute decision, but I thought, alright. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was so beautiful. I felt like crying. That was so good. Literally so glad that I just did that. So I'm gonna go back to my capsule hostel and then go out tonight. I'm going to a couch surfing meetup. Never done that before, meeting it with strangers. What? So I'm really nervous for that, and I really need to charge my phone. It's like really low, it's on 10%, and I don't want to die tonight. So I probably won't film anything tonight just because I'm meeting new people and stuff, but if I do, you'll see it obviously. Do I say goodnight or not goodnight? I'm gonna say goodnight just in case. Good night, guys. Hi guys, I'm in Kyoto now. Last night was absolutely amazing. I went back to my hostel and I met a girl there who was going to the couch surfing event that I was going to. So we went together. So it's my first time actually being with someone on this whole trip so far. Got there and everyone was so amazing, and it was just like traveling people, you know, traveling vibes, and we were just like getting to know people, and I made so many friends. I caught the Shinkansen this morning and I was on the bus. Right, story time. I was on the bus and I was holding a 500 yen and I dropped it and it literally disappeared. For the life of me, I could not find that coin again. Like literally everyone on the bus was searching for this 500 yen. I was like, I need to find this. I don't want to be poor. This is about 5 Australian, by the way. And we could not find it. Like the coin literally disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck? I was really pissed off about that. But I'm over it now. We've come through. Anyway, we're here in Kyoto and I'm going to a temple now. And then I'm going to a Airbnb experience tonight. We're gonna go bar hopping and to a few restaurants. So I probably won't film that. Sorry guys, I'm freaking thriving. Tomorrow we've got a lot planned and I'm really excited to bitch. So I've got a lot planned tomorrow and I'm really looking forward to it. Let's explore Kyoto. Yeah. So there's these 2 love stones right here and you've got to go from this end to the other end over there. It's essentially like you've got to get from one side to the other with your eyes closed. If you do it successfully, then you find love eventually. But if you don't, then you don't find love. I made it, but with some guidance. I'm gonna find love! Yay! Okay, so I got a bit lost and found myself finding a cemetery. This is a bad sign, isn't it? I don't really want to die. I'm kind of scared getting lost and finding cemeteries. Is this normal? I need to get out of here. I could be dead in a few hours. Touch moss. That won't happen. Touch moss. But like, look, oh my gosh, it's so pretty right now. We out here in the forest. We found a hidden bamboo forest. Bamboo. Bamboo, not bambaroo. Bambaroo could be like a great place to live in, honestly. Is that a toucan? Anyway, I'm gonna try and make my way back to the hotel. Pray for me, please. And we'll see you later. Bye. We're here. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm at Fushimi Inari, just exploring. Today I've got a big day. I'll be here and then I'm going to the bamboo forest and the golden temple. Big day. Okay guys, that was amazing and now I'm already exhausted and it's literally 10 AM. My legs are literally quaking. Anyway, I'm heading off to Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. Friggin' hype, guys. Living the rich life. versus the poor. Hi guys, so I actually found a spot where there's no people around, so I can say whatever I want. So I'm having an absolute blast. Tokyo has been amazing, Kyoto has been amazing. I'm just so overwhelmed. This has always been my dream to travel solo, and doing this for the first time, it's just been amazing. I just want to aggressively tell my friends that they should do it as well, because they're missing out on just a whirlwind of opportunities, and I don't understand why. Anyway, we've got more coming on this afternoon. Let's go. No. No. Last one. Darn it. Fortune is running out for me.
Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear. Pack yourself a favorite blouse. Take a withdrawal slip. Take all of your savings out. 'Cause if we don't leave this town, we might never make it out. I was not born to drown. Baby, come on. Forget what Father Brennan said. We were not born in sin. Leave a note on your bed. Let your mother know you're safe. And by the time she wakes, we'll have driven through the state. We'll have driven through the night. Baby, come on. If the sun don't shine on me today, and if the subways flood and bridges break, will you lay yourself down and dig your grave, or will you rail against the dying day? And when we looked outside, your parents, or is it hard work here, holding the atmosphere? I don't want to live like that, yeah. If the sun don't shine on me today, if the subways flood and the bridges break, so Jesus Christ can pack yourself a toothbrush, dear. Pack yourself a favorite blouse. Take a withdrawal slip. Take all of your savings out. 'Cause if we don't leave this town, we might never make it out.
Fears affect a lot of people, especially the ones who would rather die than to face it. But we had no choice, or so it seemed. We were told it would help us, so we went in, one by one, by one, by one, by...
One thing I've noticed is that your fear is based off deep emotional trauma, as with most of the patients that I see. I understand you're nervous, but I'd like to try one last thing with you. This is going to help you, okay?
What are you scared of?
Ah, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Hi.
Tell me about your week. How's your week been since I last saw you?
It was raining and the water was on my skin and just the feeling against my skin. It just it made me. Where'd she go?
Listen, fears are unique to each individual person, but we all express them in similar ways. Sweaty palms, furrowed brow, pounding heart, heavy breathing. She fed off that, the discomfort of others, the panic, the girly screams, the fears, spiders, touch, water, heights, cutting hair, death, failing, loss of a partner. It's all there. But her insanity fed off of our loss of control. It was alluring. The psychologist was alluring. That psycho was alluring.
I understand you're nervous, but I'd like to try one last thing with you.
No, it's not gonna help me. Please help me.
Come in.
Fuck the government, fuck the system, fuck society. No. Let's get into it, infiltrate it, and change it from within. Play the system is about kids. I sound like an adult kid. Stop being so defiant against the system that they've been put into and really work to get themselves into it and make it work for them.
And then she goes out and now walk and look at that. And we're just in the middle of Curtin, so like see how it's got like a road. It's hard to access it at any point. Just like that was so that the cops could get into it. Every another like gosh was right. But from the students, they shut it down.
They built an entire school so that they could shut voices down.
That's a very big, grand gesture. But I think what people don't realise now is that we're not even being allowed to say, and we don't even care. So basically I just think, why not make some noise? We need to find that happy medium in between like pretty white girls putting flowers and guns and this immense social media network connection that we have. Like, we were also obsessed with dressing up from the 70s. Like, I feel like we should just go all the way and riot and protest. We can make something brand new and it can be entirely ours. Like, I don't want our time to be remembered by Kylie Jenner lip kiss. I think that we would want to be remembered in history books and in photographs for being the people who did something.
Because I'm the one who's like, no, fuck the system, burn it all down. So I like to be very cynical about things. I think player system is interesting to me. It's like a different perspective on it, and it's like ways that are like actually reasonable to create change, whereas a lot of the like big ideas that a lot of people have aren't very reasonable and wouldn't create a lot of change because it's sort of like destroying the system rather than actually like working with it.
You need to find a balance where you're playing the system but you're ultimately staying true to yourself.
I mean, make the content aggressive for sure, but project your content in a way that's like a proposition of a new idea, a new wave.
I see this a lot in education, media, politics, religion. We are playing a big role in where the society is going because of the way we are able to express our voice through social media and media, figuring out how to work the system that we've been left with in order to then create something that we want and is sustainable for the future.
As long as you take the time, you can actually find that everyone does have something special to say.
before I started, I did not think synchro was as hard as it really was. And I got a big wake-up call. Synchro is so different to any other sport. It's like doing a marathon or a sprint while holding your breath and knowing that you can't breathe when you want to. Because you get so many people scoffing at the idea of synchro because of the misconceptions about it. It's not just about being flexible, artistic, but it's about showing power and strength. The whole point of synchro is to make yourself look as beautiful and flawless as you can while trying to drown yourself in water. My name is Ethan Kalea, and I'm the first male to represent Australia in synchronised swimming. I used to love competing at swimming, and it was my thing. It was like I'd get into a zone where I felt literally at home, like I felt so comfortable. I'd close that door because I stopped falling in love with racing, and that was what I actually enjoyed about it, and I sort of had an opportunity to reopen it and actually explore something that I've never done before. And being at 18 is not the right time to change sport because you've got so many habits going through your mind. I actually found that as part of my actual benefit because I didn't have to worry about working hard or being determined because I had all those things already, and I was already self-motivated in so many different ways, and I knew how to work and I knew how to train and how to be an athlete. I was training for 6 months by myself with my coach, just trying to learn all the basic stuff and learn basic figures and learn how to sort of get combinations of a lot of movements. July last year is when my partner and I actually came together and started training as a mixed duet.
With his swimming career, it's always an individual sport, so it's something that he had to rely upon himself and his own strengths. What we've noticed with synchro is that he had to rely on a partner, so there was a big learning curve for him, both physically but also mentally as well.
So Danielle, she's a veteran in the sport, she likes to say. So she's been doing it for about 19 years, so just as long as I've been alive. It's not common to put an expert in the field with a brand new beginner. Most people would call it crazy, but you know, we made it work, and we've made it work all year, and we've got this massive respect for each other, and it's been quite a big learning process, but we get on really well, and it's honestly like having an older sister that looks after me.
3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting the chance to watch us, we are quite we understand how to make the water move for us. So the way that we move when you're good at synchro is quite slow and controlled, but he didn't even really know how to get upside down, and I was around him and he was kind of like flapping his arms and flapping his legs, and I was like, oh my god, what have I got myself into? So not only has his skill level improved so much, but I think it's just his mental ability. That was a really big hurdle for Ethan at first because he just didn't understand, I think, how to tell his mind that his body is okay. Just synchro is 80% a mental game. It's physically really hard, but mentally it's so much harder.
Ladies and gentlemen, the open mixed free duet event will now take place.
Last time that we swam was actually Ethan's first time ever competing. We definitely came into this competition with a lot more confidence than last time.
You've just been watching Ethan, Kalea, and Danielle Kettlewell.
The biggest fear of my life is being pulled away from something because my body can't take it, or not being able to do something I love because of external reasons. In 2015, I had a season of injuries and in the same week was quite sick. I remember waking up, getting into the shower, and just feeling like really dizzy. I felt like I was going to throw up, and then I just remember everything blacking out. I was in Adelaide for a state team trip, and I had another episode straight after I swam, so it was my first swim at 200 IM, which is quite a hard event, and I finished it and then kind of was just feeling really dizzy, and then just felt my body black out again, and so I passed out on the side of the pool. You know, it's a scary time when that happens for a second time because you don't know why. I never got a valid reason for it by that point. I just was exhausted and my body was just, shutting down, and then all they could just determine was that my heart was working too hard and it had too many electrical currents, and it pretty much gave up on me. I've been very fortunate to not have any episodes ever since. You know, I've had to be mature enough to know when to stop and when to rest and when to actually do what's right for me. It's always going to possibly be there as a factor to deal with. I don't talk about it that much because it doesn't define who I am. If at any point something gets taken away from me, I have done everything I can to get to that point, and I'm doing the best I can. My life is pretty much synchro, in and out of the pool. You have sometimes those doubts of why am I doing this, but I think it furthers me to push myself to go, you know what, I love what I'm doing. There's a reason why I'm doing it, and I'm getting better because of it. We went to the 2019 FINA World Series, the China Open, that was held in Beijing. Making my international debut is something that, you know, I'll probably never forget. It was one of the greatest weeks I've ever had in my life. Not only because it was a year worth of preparation for it, but it made every training session that's been hard worth it, and it was the first time I had felt really in love with the water and really felt that I was at home. It was enjoyable for us because we knew that we were there for a reason and we deserved to be there. You know, we wanted to make sure that the first time Australia's ever been represented in a mixed duet, that it was the best it could be. We were there for a week competing against about 4 other mixed duets. We swam really well. It was actually probably our best swim we've ever done. But I remember looking at the corner and seeing the 4 other mixed duets just sitting in the corner, all cheering for us right at the end. And it was something that, you know, you've got the best competitors in the world who have all been at this sport for so many years, and they're all standing around to watch you compete. That's what the community of synchro, and especially with mixed duets, has really done, is that all the people in the sport are really just trying to help each other, and every time we have someone join, it's not another person to add to the competitor list, it's another person that's supporting what you are trying to do and supporting your dreams. You're not there to bring anything down from them, but you're there to help them rise up. You know, these are your competitors, but they're also your greatest friends, because there's only a handful of us, and it makes it even more special. That's a huge part of the reason why I joined, because of the future that it could be, that there was an international level, that was something that I was like, you know what, that'd be pretty cool to represent the country. And then I did. I've always had this one thought that keeps running through my mind, is that I just want to help the people that have come after me and make it easier for them. It's not just about putting more men in the sport, and that's never been my intention of just having boys in it, but actually encouraging more girls to jump in and actually have the sport grow, not just men in the sport grow. And the more mixed duets we do see, we're going to see things that we've never seen in synchro before, and I think, you know, the creative side between the female and the male partner is just going to be amazing. I can make one little step or one kid joining because of seeing me, then that's all I can do, and that's enough for me. I love what I've been doing. It's not just about the success of myself, and it's not about what I achieve. It's beyond that, and I think that's what gets me so excited about what I'm doing. That it's bigger than me, and that's great. And it's not that I'm not caring about my own success, because I'm going to work hard no matter what. It's just, if I can do something beyond just being in the pool and just doing an event, then that's more important, and that has more of an impact. Everything that people have taught me and everything that people have invested in me, I want to make sure that I'm doing it justice and I'm doing it to the best of my abilities. I don't want to waste anyone's effort, and I don't want to waste time for myself, so I just want to do the best I can and, yeah, crush it.
Why do you act like this? Everything I've ever done. Who's gonna love you now? What do you really think? Why do you act like this? Tell me what's wrong. Stop cutting me out. You're right. Look at me. When I talk to you, you always lie to me. Get help. Why do you act like this? Fuck you. Everything. Tell me what's wrong. Who's gonna love you now? Why do you act like this? Tell me what's wrong. Look at me. When I talk to you, really. Tell me what's wrong. Fuck you. Tell me what's really thinking. Why do you act like this? Look at me when I talk to you. Why?
was younger, I used to film everything. I'd make videos with my brother and my friends, pretty much anything we got up to.
Did it work? I thought you had a song as well.
What?
We'd use anything we could as long as it could record.
Hello, my name's Evan.
We didn't care about quality, where we could post it or who would see it. We just documented what we were doing out of the enjoyment we got from it. We weren't doing it for any other reason, purely just for the joy of doing it.
From records to streaming, music can be consumed in various ways. With Apple Music and Spotify monopolising global markets, it's obvious that streaming is the most convenient method of listening to music. Yet why are we still seeing a rise of vinyl records in a digital society? We decided to interview two different record enthusiasts to hear their opinions. First, we have Matt Puccinelli from Rhubarb Records.
Well, I think in the era of streaming music and digital consumption, there's a lack of tangibility with that music or that interaction with music. So I think people really crave having an intimate connection with those albums that they love and have an emotional connection with. You got the 70-year-old guys who haven't stopped listening to records since that was the main mode of consumption as opposed to the radio. And then it goes right down to 13, 14-year-olds who are really starting to get into music, and they really enjoy that intimate connection with that art. I don't think records will go away because I can't imagine another format coming out that's as large and obvious as a record. Everything is trying to get smaller, more convenient, and I think vinyl records are they're not like an anti-statement to it. It's kind of just like a testament to the fact that not everything needs to be smaller, more compact and quicker and everything in that.
On a local scale, Australia has seen a 127% increase in the sale of vinyl records since 2014. More and more people are hopping on the vinyl trend, both young and old. So we decided to interview Anna Luca, a 20-year-old vinyl enthusiast.
I don't remember a particular moment when I discovered them because I've always been there. My dad always had a collection, so I always knew what they were. I guess what drew me towards them when I was 15 or 16 was the nostalgic element of it, because I feel like I've always got my head stuck in a different era, I think. And then obviously music is the biggest part of my life, so it was kind of a perfect representation of the two of them. It just sounds better. There's such a warm element to it, and it sounds like you're almost in the room with them in the studio. That I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a sort of surround sort of sound thing. It is my Amazon's one. This is a live version of the album. The album was a really sentimental one for me, came at the right time in my life. And they're an English band, so I don't know if I'm gonna see them ever. They don't really tour other than in England. So to have a signed copy is like really special. I stayed up till 2 a.m. to get it, and there was only 2 left when I finally could get into the website, so yeah. Local independent stores is always the best way to go. If you're in Perth, places like Urban Records or Rhubarb Records is another great place because they press locally in Perth, and they support a lot of local artists. There's a lot of good ones in Freo as well if you're looking for secondhand ones.
With more people investing in records as the days go by, we can see that vinyl is making its comeback. With sales being as high as they were in the 90s, we can say that this is the true age of vinyl.
This is our darkest hour. Humanity finds itself in a crisis unprecedented in its history. The time for action is now.
Extinction Rebellion is a worldwide movement of concerned citizens about the climate and ecological emergency that is proven by science to be a very serious danger to our lives, the lives of all of the animals and plants on this planet, and to our civilization. We're here to tell our political leaders to do their jobs and to keep us safe.
We want to restore things. We want to grow the trees again properly. We want to save the birds and animals because they are part of every one of us. They are part of us.
Acknowledge the past of what this country has done to my people, because that's going to fix the future, because we have to be healed together.
The government day in and day out to call for a climate emergency. We've called on them for a net zero emissions target. We've called on them to announce to have a 100% renewable energy target, and all we've got is laughter and mocked words.
The science is clear. The evidence is all around us. Climate change is happening. Biodiversity is being annihilated. We are in the 6th mass extinction event. Our seas are poisoned, acidic and rising. Flooding and desertification are making the land uninhabitable. The insect population of the planet is plummeting, threatening the very basis of our existence. But we are not content to die because our leaders lack the wisdom and courage to ensure a safe climate future.
Rebellion! Extinction! Rebellion! Extinction! Rebellion!
name's Georgia. I'm 21. My most loved trait about myself physically is my lips. Other than that, my sense of humour. I think I'm pretty bloody funny. Without a swear? Probably not as well. It's really funny. I make a lot of people feel bad, but not on purpose. I think like just like a very dry sense of humour. It's a hit and miss. Like you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, or you're gonna just be like right in the middle looking at me the whole time thinking, oh my god, like what is she doing? Like, my passion, this, I think, being immersed in nature, taking time to sit and reflect and draw or read, create, using my hands. I love using my hands, even if it's just to like pick flowers, you know, something that is connecting with nature that I find really makes me reflect on myself. And I find the more I'm immersed in nature, the more I take time, you know, to be alone, the more I am connected to myself. So my passion is just being open to new experiences and embracing life and, you know, sitting in the middle of nowhere, you know, enjoying it. I feel like I practice self-love in like a lot of different ways, and sometimes I'm not even realizing in the moment that I'm practicing self-love. It's only upon reflection that I'm like, oh, you know, that was so good for myself. I took away from that nothing but goodness. I think like the most recent example is I started making a vegetable garden. I don't think for any particular reason. I think it was just like a really messy area of like the garden that I started cleaning, and then there was this like passion. I was like, oh, I want to plant some flowers, like I want to do some herbs, I want to do some veggies, and it was just like something that came from within that I obviously really wanted to pursue, and I just was overcome with like motivation. And I think those moments, that's when you need to embrace it and just show yourself some love through some planting or some potting. I feel like I breathe easier here. I feel like I breathe lighter maybe even. I like the perspective. I like being able to look at the whole of Perth and have that solitude moment of reflection. And I think this place gives me the opportunity to sit back, and if I'm having a particularly stressful week and I need time for myself, I know that this is a place that I can find a nice little patch by myself and be alone and look upon a city that at the end of the day is just some concrete and a bunch of people. And I'm here in something that's real, like flowers and nature and the soil and myself, my heartbeat, my breath. To sum it up, life is short. Enjoy everything, even the small things, even things that might seem insignificant. And my gift to you is to share this space that's quite special to me. Just to share spaces like this with people and with women and everyone really, to enjoy, to come together, here to build a community. And this is a space for our community.
Woke up today so damn flawless. Didn't reply to half the people on my call list. Doing me today, I see you in the office. Ain't no secretary, baby, I'm the boss, bitch. Working on me like so what? Think I'm selfish beast with your opinions off. Sacrifice made bank just to pay the cost. And you can't be acting like buddy, you soft. My time is of the essence, no wasting on peasants. My presence is your present, tell you the truth. That's a confession, good heart, but bad intention. Boyfriend got him too. He said you'd have no clue. Teach him a lesson. I get with you, silly boys making so much noise. But between each year, there's a big fat void. No brain game, he tame, that's irrelevant. I can't fuck a guy if he ain't got intelligence. Fuck the players, I'm just saying no time for 2K. Boy, I'm saying I ooze confidence, I don't need it, but thank you for the compliment. Fuck the players, I'm just saying no time for 2K. Boy, I'm saying I ooze confidence, I don't need it, but thank you for the compliment. One.
Let me hit you with a word of mouth, not a word of doubt when I'm wording out. It's like a world of fire and you burning out. It's time to please the crowd cause I'm blowing loud. Mess with me is confident, ain't an accident. Time to play the fornicate, time to concentrate. The wallet, watch me call it till you fall and disintegrate. And I still won't fuck you for $1 cause you immigrant. Flying carpet, jingle bells while I'm singing by your casket. I can help but blast, throw your name backwards, never moving forward. It's an omen, I'm the tunnel terminator when it comes to moving silent line. Praying on the finest, I'm your highness in command. In demand, I got control of your man and his hand, digging up on my land, all fine like sand, and I don't give a damn.
Fuck the players, I'm just saying no time for 2K. Boy, I'm saying I ooze confidence, I don't need it, but thank you for the compliment. Fuck the players, I'm just saying no time for 2K. Boy, I'm saying I ooze confidence, I don't need it, but thank you for the compliment. Anytime I'm out of bars, when I'm out of reception, put on airplane mode so you learn that lesson. Money on my mind on my money, no question. In the studio until we hit perfection. Little booty, lot of brains, logic, run your mouth. Know I got my homies, I'm a cock it. Know I'm making figures if you know I'm making profit. Like a prophet, it's prolific so you know you can't stop it. In a new lane, catching my own ways, trying to avoid fakes and phases drawn by the media in a daze. Trying to make change just to make change. Jack it up in the market just to get gains. In the gym but don't use no substance. Protein in my ice cream, you know what of it. Curves look good and you know you wanna touch it. Your girl hit me up and I'm like, who's front and five? Fuck the players, I'm just saying no time for 2K. Boy, I'm saying I ooze confidence, I don't need it, but thank you for the compliment. Fuck the players, I'm just saying no time for 2K. Boy, I'm saying I ooze confidence, I don't need it, but thank you for the compliment. Mwah.
My name is Anastasia Julian Marshall and I am a spoken word poet, film photographer and a stage manager. Actually the first time I went to Saatchi's was not to do business. It was like really early in the morning. I think we were all in the same clothes we were wearing from the night before, like glitter still everywhere, and I just remember walking into this place and being like, oh my god, I look so shit. But it was just so nice, and it was like, yeah, it was just a really beautiful place. And then I don't even know like how I mean, I think my friends had been going there for a while, like, and that was their place, and then like I became friends and it became my place as well. And it's just like, yeah, it's now just very safe second home to me, and can feel very comfortable just like going, sitting and just like getting a long black and just like sitting on my laptop and just getting a bunch of stuff done, which is really good. It's like just such a conducive environment for biz. It really is. I just feel like I can sit there and I'm just like, oh great, I feel so productive right now, which is so good. But it's a very nice place, and everybody who works there is also very, very nice and very kind to me. I feel like it's just so beautiful. Like I just feel like it's just really nice to be in nature, as wanky as that sounds, but like it is. It's like really good just to sit somewhere and like be in nature, and all the birds are beautiful, and like it's just like this really nice place. And I always kind of like to sit around here and just like journal or like draw and stuff, which is good. And then like my friends live very close by, and sometimes we'll just come and like just set up in the park and play games and just like lays about all day, and it's just really nice. And I always feel very warm after leaving this place and just like feel very at ease. It's very calming, I think, and it's like good just to come here and just like go for a walk after like a lot has happened or you've had a rough day or something. It's really nice just to kind of be like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna come to this place, do a lap, and I'm going to feel so much better once I've done that, and I think that's really nice, yeah. I don't even know when exactly I started doing like spoken word kind of stuff. I kind of had always been writing, not always poetry, but like writing anything, like write a lot of short stories and that kind of stuff. And then I think that just kind of turned into poetry. It's like a year, maybe like less than that, maybe a couple of months, where I started buying disposable cameras and was like, yeah, this is fun, and kind of like took a bunch of pics and everyone really liked them and I liked them, and was like, yeah, I like this enough maybe to like take it further, and yeah, bought like a point and shoot, and yeah, I just really love it. I think forgiving is a really nice word, in the sense of I feel like everybody kind of is in this place where I feel like we are all shifting a lot, and we're moving towards like a lot of just like gender ambiguity and like all of these kind of things where you kind of have to be really switched on, and you kind of have to listen to people and be ready to like change how you kind of respond to things, whether that be to people's pronouns or to their like sexual orientation or any of those kinds of things, which I think often are a lot more prominent in the arts community than any other community, and I just think the Perth scene are definitely a group of people who like just accommodate, and it's like it can be really, really nice to find a place within that community and feel really safe, which is I think how I feel.
So when's the court date? Yeah. I want to get back to my actual house. Well, isn't there anything you can do to speed it up a little?
Hello, must be Ken.
Yeah, it's me. Who are you?
I'm Stan. I'm a friend of Sarah's. She wanted me to come and drop this off. She says she wants to hang on to the kids until the court date. But don't worry, I'll take good care of them. In fact, I actually just bought Max a new bike. We're going up to the hills later on. I'd love you to come.
Fuck off. What happened to you? The hell? Them rats.
Let's go. Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away, get away, get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day, day. She really, really wanna pop me. Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing cause it